Hey guys, I thought I would do a quick video while driving. It's been raining and I used to be scared of driving in the rain, to be honest, because I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to see and if I'll be able to, I don't know, like not hit someone. Not from a harm OCD perspective, but just from a perspective of not being able to trust myself with difficult situations. So this is I'm just exiting the neighborhood slash town that I live in, and it's super green and it's quite pretty actually. I'm also driving the car which I used to not be able to sit in, not be able to touch. This is also, I used to feel contaminated touching this car, and I gave up driving for many years because there was an issue of I don't know if I'll be able to do it well versus also just the fear of touching. And I'd be like, how can I drive if I'm super triggered? I can't do that. Plus I'll be contaminated head to toe. Like, nah, that ain't happening. But I'll show you something else as well. Ooh, a tree has fallen down. It's been raining heavily, by the way, and there have been a lot of floods, and it's not been great. Thankfully, not where I live, but in other parts there has been. It's kind of sad because when you think about the things that people are going through and their houses being demolished and people literally losing their entire livelihoods because of really bad, devastating floods. It's a strange experience to, for me to be like, hey, look, the weather is so pretty and I'm really enjoying the weather. It's really pleasant. I can open my window, I can get a book and a cup of coffee, and I can be like, hey, everything's going good. And then knowing other people are seeing the constant clouds and the rain as absolute hell, and they're waiting for the summer sun. And the summer sun in my region is something that people really complain about a lot of the time. But in this case, it's like, oh, like we need summer sun because that's a sign that the rain has stopped or is stopping. So that in itself again is like good perspective for like just you can see that one singular thing is a very different perspective for people of the same place. Lots of birdies on the line. So I think some of the other things I also just wanted to touch on. I mean, I digress with the rain as well, but I wanted to show you something interesting. So yesterday I was we were going out for coffee at night because again, the weather was nice. And my sister, I was driving and she was in the passenger seat. Look what she did. She covered the passenger seat with a cloth because she was like, oh, I don't want to sit here because XYZ person sat here and they are dirty as hell. And I don't have the time to just wipe and Dettol the entire seat. So I'm just going to put an entire bed sheet over here so I can sit. And the thing is, as always, we say, as to everyone too, that you can only help someone if they want to be helped. And of course, like with my sister as well, I can only help her if she admits that there's something to help. In her mind, she is extremely 100% fully justified in doing this because she's like, no, this is legit. I can't sit with someone. I can't sit in the same seat as someone who was unhygienic or dirty. Like that makes 100% total sense. How many people do you see doing this? Like, again, I could see myself doing it when I was really badly suffering, but obviously not anymore. And it's just a sad thing because I suffered from the same thing. I suffered from contamination OCD. I mean, it was a different kind of contamination, but it was contamination nonetheless. And I can't help, and I can help her for free, of course. I mean, she has that advantage. But, I mean, I can't help her because obviously she doesn't want to be helped. And not only does she doesn't want, it's not that she doesn't want to be helped. because she's okay with asking for help when she needs it in life with things, but for this, the OCD is so convincing that this is the way to go. And with contamination, OCD suffers when it comes to things like germs and hygiene. It seems like the scientific and logical thing to do. It seems like that it's something that is absolutely legitimate, and you have to stick to your guns, because who wants to be dirty and who wants to be in someone else's bodily germs and stuff like that. And no matter how much over time there's convincing that happens and whatnot, like nobody can budge you. And that's not just with contamination. Again, my point over here is with OCD in general, is that OCD is going to, like, again, because you'll be absolutely convinced that it's a legitimate thing. Like, I mean, of course, who wants to be a pedophile? Who wants to be like, I don't know, who wants to have POCD, and who wants to kill, and who wants to hit someone with their car and stuff like that. You're going to like find every single reason in the book to be like, no, but this is legitimate, like I have to. And that's why it's also hard to coach people with OCD, because no matter how much you try to tell them that this is this way or that way, they won't budge unless they are absolutely not only willing to take a risk and see things from another angle, but also give up all those behaviors that are making them. I can't believe I'm actually driving and filming, but there's not a lot of traffic, so it's easy to do that. Hello, mister, like, do you wanna like have this be the last day of your life? Like, come on. By the way, you'll see this here in Pakistan quite a lot. Like, literally, like people just like walking across the street, because we don't really have. I mean, we have in some areas, we have like a proper like crosswalk kind of thing, but not anywhere else. But yeah, I just thought I would do a little like city tour, but also like just talk about OCD as well, because I don't make a ton of videos out and about. Oh, and hey, so I think, I mean, and with family members as well, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of you like, woman, what are you doing? She also wants it to be the last day of her life. You might have family members who have OCD, and you might be desperate to be like, hey, we're, I don't know, we're doing a one-to-one program, or we're, following this and this, and you can have help too. But yeah, you also know that if you even bring up the topic, they'll be like, no, I don't need to change, I'm fine on my own, kind of thing. And that's the sad part of this disorder too. Like, it's not your usual, hey, you have a stomach ache, if you have this, if you drink this, if you have these meds, you'll be fine. And people are like, okay, that's great, I'll have that. Many people who come in, they come in when they have reached their depths, which is why we don't get a lot of people who have just mild OCD, because when you have mild OCD, chances are you're thinking, hey, I've got this, I can manage well enough, this is just a regular worry thing, it's not a big problem or whatever. But people who actually reach out for help, majority of the time, are people whose lives, essentially at that point, it feels like their entire livelihood is at stake, in the sense of they're starting to lose a lot of important things in life: job, family, career, not being able to eat, not being able to speak, even sometimes, to be honest, not being able to move. And that's when they realize they actually need a lot of help. Because so far they've been like, hey, I've been able to make this work and nothing's wrong with me. So unless and until you don't hit rock bottom, you don't seek help, which is, I know, I mean, I'm not saying that's the sunny side up, but there's a point of gratitude in even having rock bottom, because that can also help you wake up. Also, funny thing is, I've now entered a neighborhood where, again, because emotional contamination was a huge problem for me, I essentially like had a really hard time coming not only to this neighborhood, but my phone used to be something that I used to vehemently protect, in the sense I think taking out my phone in emotionally contaminated locations, neighborhoods, just made me feel like, all the precious people, relationships, and good memories that I have in my phone will somehow get contaminated. And they will get tainted somehow because I opened my phone in that neighborhood. So now, not only I have my phone on, I'm actually using it while I'm in this neighborhood again. So this is another little tidbit insight for you.